Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we are taking a look at the Giant Loop Coyote and Great Basin Saddlebags with dry pods, available at RevZilla.com. The first thing you'll notice, these things are massive. I am completely squished in here. On my right hand side, I have got the Coyote, and then over our BMW F800 on my left, I have got the Great Basin. So the biggest difference here between those two, for you dual sport off-road riders out there, the Coyote is going to be this smaller bag, 39 liters in capacity, and it's going to have a smaller opening. This is going to be designed for smaller dual sport bikes. Think CRF 250s, think KTM 530s. That is what you're looking at for the Coyote. Now, if you have a larger adventure bike, an F800, an Africa Twin, a Tiger 800, Great Basin, 60 liters in capacity, that is the one that you're going to be looking at. It has a wider mouth to it, so it fits over the larger rear section of the subframe on your motorcycle. So that's the biggest difference between the two, and a lot of those questions we get are, oh, I want the smaller capacity bag. It's not just about the fact that the Coyote has less capacity, it's going to be the actual opening as well, so just keep that in mind. Now, all of these will come with dry pods. You're going to see the dry pod on my left-hand side, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now, install for these, it's going to be a 1 out of 3 on our BSD, our Beard Scale of Difficulty for installation. All the hardware that you need to install these will come with the bags, and you're also going to get a heat shield from Giant Loop, so if your exhaust is going to get in the way, you can install the heat shield to make sure you don't melt through any of the material here. Now, if you're not familiar with Giant Loop is going to be a name synonymous with building extremely durable and rugged products to get you off-road. So for you folks out there that are dual sport riders or adventure riders, and the majority of your adventures do take you down a dusty trail, the Giant Loop gear is going to be the stuff that you're going to want to consider. Now, what we've seen over the years is a lot of manufacturers or a lot of dirt riders have gotten away from using hard bags because they add weight, and they've gone to soft setup luggage, and that's really what we're seeing with the Coyote in the Great Basin. These are going to be large horseshoe bags that allow for a different variety of capacity. So both of the bags are going to be exactly the same in construction material, so we're going to use the Coyote bag as our actual example here, and then the Great Basin bag behind me. The real difference is going to be the fact that this is going to be a 60-liter bag, and it's going to have a larger opening to, again, fit that larger subframe on the back of you large adventure bikes. So overall construction for this is 22-ounce vinyl-coated polyester. And this is important because it's going to be water resistant. There's a lot of Giant Loop stuff that I've used in my personal Tiger 800 XCX, and what I really like about it is that even though they call it water resistant, I've thrown it through some really rough situations, and for the most part, it stays almost completely waterproof. Now, along the bottom, what you're going to see is this is going to be a ballistic coated polyester. So all the areas where you might be getting rocks, debris, branches, they beef it up even further to make sure that this isn't going to be a fail point along the bottom of the bag. And you can see it wraps all the way around. And if you are installing this on your bike, it would sit like this. The bag will sit where the front of this is pushing down towards your feet, and this is how it would look if it was sitting on the back of your bike. Now, the reason I like this is because the zipper actually runs around the rear section of the bag. So if I flip this around, YKK helicoil zipper runs around the back of the bag, and this is a thought out design because all the water, if you're riding and it's raining, it's going to be coming from the front to the back. So it just gives you a little bit of extra waterproof protection, so the water is not going to be pushing through that zipper. And you'll also notice there's going to be a rain cover on top of that zipper as well. So it is going to be that YKK helicoil zipper. They do have that rain cover that covers over top of it, and that's where the fact that this is going to be a water resistant bag comes into play. And it really does give you almost a waterproof bag right from the get-go. Now, if you want to go full waterproof, included with this are going to be 3 different dry pods. This is going to be a top-loading roll-top dry bag. You'll have 3 of these, 1 for each of the main sections. So 1 for the top, and then 1 each for the bottom sections of the bag. Now, if you've never used a dry bag before, once you have this loaded up, you're going to take the top, you're going to roll it down at least 2.5 to 3 times. Make sure it's nice and secure, and then you're going to clip this into place, and everything inside will stay nice and dry. And you can see the shape does contour with the design of the bag to make sure that all of your stuff stays nice and secure. Now, getting back over to the main part of the bag, The other part that's going to keep everything nice and secure is that you're going to have compression straps running on top of the bag, and these are going to be adjustable. So if you're using this where you have more of your gear stored in the bottom of the bag, you can move the compression strap from the middle position down to the bottom position, and you can see the D-ring loops right here. And then you're also going to have compression straps at the top. And if I flip this around to the back once again, you'll notice that on the Coyote, you're having 2 compression straps, which act as a mounting point for the rear. And then if you jump up to the Great Basin, you get 1 additional mounting strap for the back. So these are going to be compression as well as mounting straps in their nature. And you're also going to notice there's pops of high-vis reflectivity working throughout the entire bag. And there's also a variety of different colors to choose from. Now for mounting this, we said in the beginning, this is going to be a 1 out of 3 on our BSD, our Beard Scale Difficulty 4 installation. And it's something that's extremely easy to mount. It's a throw-over bag. So once you get it over, you get it into place, you're going to use the mounting straps that come with it to mount it to the hard part of a frame rail on your bike. And then once you have it secure, you're good to go. You can enter the bag through the zipper on the back. You don't have to take the bag off the bike to be able to get to the gear inside. Now my biggest nitpick with this is because the zippers are so beefy, if the bag isn't in its fully loaded position, the zippers are a little bit hard to open and close. So just keep that in mind. You're going to have to use a little bit of elbow grease to get the zippers open and close. But for Giant Loop, this is going to be a really thought out piece for you riders out there that want to add a maximum amount of storage to your bike, but you don't want to add a lot of weight. And you want to keep it in one really compact outfit. That's where the Coyote and the Giant Loop Great Basin are really going to be a shining star. Now, there's a lot of riders out there that are using Giant Loop products on their off-road adventures. And if you want to hear more about what they have to say, you can always click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there using the Giant Loop gear on their rides. If you have more questions for one of our gear geeks as to which luggage setup is going to be right for your style of riding, give them a call at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot us an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Giant Loop Coyote and Great Basin Saddlebags with dry pods. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.